All right, so Steven Crowder has been completely falling apart recently. It's not looking good here. Not only is there all this drama going on with his divorce, but also he's turned everyone against him. Just last week, his former co-host spent like a whole podcast, almost 2 hours, trashing him and talking about how much it sucked to work for him. Like he said, Crowder had all these strict rules, and to work there, you basically had to be a yes man. And he said Steven would get really pissed off sometimes, and one time he told him he owned him.
And my phone rings, and I don't want to go greatly into the conversation between us, but he's like, do you still want to be on Louder with Crowder? And I said, not at the moment. And he starts going off on me, and now there's a ton of people in my apartment who can hear it.
Wait, he's literally raising his voice?
He's screaming at me.
Okay, so literally raising his voice, not just being stern, like to the point where it's audible.
It's audible, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, it's started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
in those words.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny that Crowder's now being exposed for treating his employees like crap, when earlier this year he was basically trying to expose Daily Wire for that, like for taking advantage of their employees, because they sent him a $50 million contract that I think he called a slave contract, and he was acting like he was doing this to show that Daily Wire takes advantage of the talent that they sign, like so they know that they're going to get ripped off basically. But it sounds like Steven's the one that it sucks to work for. But I guess now Brian Callen gets to deal with him. He just started working there like a month ago, but I don't know how much longer that'll last. And I remember Brian posted this video to Instagram like a few weeks ago maybe, and I thought they were joking around, but now it seems like Crowder might have actually been kind of mad at him.
About to go live here?
No, they should send you the
Okay.
So that way you'll need to hit a button and it like cross.
I know, but I'm trying to do promotion right now. Steven, let's go live. Let's make this the best show ever.
Is this already live?
No, but
You have no idea what I could have been doing, and that camera's turned on?
well, yeah, but
That's
the
why
way
you get in trouble, Brian.
but you move
That's
like
why you get in trouble.
you move like a jungle cat. About to go live here, guys.
So I think Brian might already regret taking that job. And after this, I don't know who's going to want to defend Steven. It sounds like he burns every bridge. Like also the other day when he announced that he's getting divorced and he confirmed the rumors and everything, he decided to call out Candace Owens for some reason, and he said she's been trying to extort him with this information. I don't know if he's maybe trying to do this to deflect from the fact that he's getting divorced, because obviously as a conservative religious man, it's not the best look. But also, at this point, you probably want some people on your side, and you also have enough drama going on. So going after Candace Owens and Daily Wire and all those people again, it's probably not the best move. So during his announcement, he pulled up this clip of Candace Owens talking about him during all the initial drama with Daily Wire and the whole contract thing. And he was accusing her, and it sounded like the Daily Wire as well, of trying to extort him and putting his children in danger. But before I get into that, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Factor. If you're somebody that's pretty busy, or you're somebody that's just lazy like me, and you're not into cooking, you don't have the time to cook, or you'd rather just spend your time doing something else like sitting on the couch watching TV like me, then this is the perfect service. With Factor, they send you high quality, fresh, never frozen meals right to your door every week. So when you get home from a long day at work and you're tired and you're hungry and you just want to chill and relax, you don't want to spend your time cooking and then having to clean everything up afterwards. And you don't want to go back out and sit in a drive-through line just to get some food that's not really the best quality. Or you order in and get delivery, which can be pretty expensive. And then you have to wait for the person to show up and you have to leave a tip and everything. So that takes some time and it can cost some money. But with Factor, the convenience is perfect. Shipped right to your door every week, fresh, ready to go. You just pop it in the microwave for a couple minutes and you're good. And to get started, you can get 50% off. So head over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 2lazy50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Again, that's factor75.com and use code 2lazy50 to get 50% off. All right, so back to Steven Crowder's Implosion. I guess there wasn't enough drama going on in his life with all the divorce stuff, with the Daily Wire beef, and everything going on with his former co-host calling him out and talking trash about him. So he decided during all this, it'd be smart to call out Candace Owens.
Now, the other issue is, and this is something that I've kept private for likely far too long, many other people knew about this. Some of them in positions of power, influence, leverage, knew of this. They also knew that the safety of my children included keeping it private. So if you're familiar with the idea of extortion, then you know the feeling well. Now, some of these threats were so thinly veiled that I'm frankly surprised you didn't all guess immediately.
Stephen has a lot going on, I guess is the best way to say it. He has a lot going on, and that should be clear because people don't do stuff like this if there's not a lot going on in their lives. I would like to implore my audience and everybody that isn't paying attention to this situation not to condemn him, but to pray for him. Sometimes people need a prayer. Sometimes people need a scripture. You know, Stephen purports to be a Christian. I am unsure at this moment if it is my place to say more than that. You know, maybe if I feel in further defense, some things should be said, or maybe if I feel that the public has a right to understand certain circumstances.
Well, my children have a right to privacy. Now, some other issues have been, or I should say, inferences have been more pernicious behind the scenes with demands and threats to use this information that they believe would be so publicly embarrassing to me and my wife at a difficult time that it could be used, knowingly putting my children in harm's way. So to those self-styled Christians, conservatives, and allies, well, not in my book.
So I thought this was a pretty odd move from Crowder. Like I said, maybe he's trying to deflect or something, but if that's his evidence of Candace extorting him, then it's not looking very good. And now Candace is obviously pissed, and I'm sure everybody at the Daily Wire is probably going to talk about this and defend her and criticize Crowder, or just stay silent. Like, why would any of those people want to defend him now in this whole divorce situation where he kind of needs some people on his side, but he's going to have nobody? And now Candace is pissed about this, obviously, and she's threatening to sue him. So he's got a lot going on.
Stephen Crowder on election night was our friend. He was on the backstage with all of us, laughing, having a great time. He even sent me a retrospectively very flirty message thereafter on Instagram about how nice I looked on election night, even though I didn't respond to it. Thereafter, obviously, he attacked the Daily Wire. He decided to record his friend, Jeremy Boring, and to release the recording out of context to make it seem like Jeremy Boring knows that he's employing all of us like we're slaves, right? This is what Stephen Crowder did. This is not normal behavior. It's very erratic to go from being friends with somebody, being with them on election night, laughing, having a great time, to suddenly wanting to ruin their entire company and launching Stop Big Con. It's bizarre behavior. I thought to myself, where is Hillary Crowder in all of this? How did she not tell him not to do something this vicious and this disgusting? And then I said to my husband, I bet they're not even together. I logged on to Instagram and I found Hillary Crowder's Instagram account, and I looked to see, and it turned out that she didn't follow Stephen Crowder and that Stephen Crowder didn't follow her. He didn't follow anybody in her family, and she wasn't following anybody in his family. That was my aha moment. Clearly, there was some sort of a separation. Now, this might sound like crazy CIA stuff, woman stuff. It's exactly what happened. I then spoke to Jeremy at the Daily Wire, and I said, do you think that him and his wife are potentially separated? And he said, no. Obviously, it's his friend. He would have known whether or not they were separated, except he didn't. He actually had no idea if they were separated either. And finally, we said, okay, this is a broken man. This is what I was thinking. This is a broken man who is on some sort of a spiral. It is likely his divorce that led to this moment. He's acting erratic. He's acting panicked. And this at least gives us some sort of an excuse for why he behaved this way. That's it. That's the big, scary story. I then went onto my platform and I said, pray for Stephen Crowder, honestly, because that's what he needs. He needs a prayer. And apparently, nobody's answering those prayers right now because he's still acting erratic. He's now upping the ante and suggesting that I extorted him. I will not take that lightly, okay? Going onto his platform and alleging that I either harassed, threatened, or did anything that would put his children at risk. That is very serious stuff that he is saying. And so what I did this morning after this clip was sent to me is I contacted a defamation lawyer, and I am sending Stephen Crowder a cease and desist. And I'm going to demand a full-throated retraction to the idea that Candace Owens threatened him or extorted him. And not that I simply did a little math. 1 + 1 = 2. A crazy man doing these sorts of things to his friends obviously means that something is going on personally. You picked the wrong woman, okay? So here's what I would like to do. I would like to invite Hillary Crowder onto my platform because she doesn't have one, and because her ex-husband apparently just used his to insult her.
So it sounds like she really hasn't figured it out. I mean, this guy, he's got some problems. Like right after this, there's this Substack article published about the situation, and Steven Crowder's wife or somebody close to her released this video of her and Steven having an argument, and he just seems pretty unhinged. I mean, she's 7 months pregnant, and it sounds like she wants to take the car somewhere, and he's like refusing to allow her to do it. He's telling her to like take an Uber, or if she wants to do it, she has to do her wifely duties first, and she has to give the dog some medication and then take him on a walk or something like that. And then he says she can't take the car because then he'll feel like he's boxed in. He has nowhere to go. Like for some reason, he only has one car and he's worth like $15 to $20 million. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, maybe it's so she can't drive herself places, but that'd be pretty crazy. But he does seem pretty crazy in this video. I mean, he sounds like a child.
You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I do have
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How does a man respect? How does a man receive love and respect? No. How does a man respect? No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not
then
taking
I will ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Steven.
Give it an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
I mean, this is comical. This dude's worth tens of millions of dollars, and he's crying about how his wife, who's 7 months pregnant, won't walk the dog, and he won't let her drive anywhere because then for some reason he can't go anywhere. Like, there's one car, and he can't take an Uber. He wants her to take the Uber. Like, this is some very bizarre behavior.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either. Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Steven.
You're making it feel like you do. The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven.
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Steven.
Hillary,
Steven?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Steven, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Steven, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. And watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous.
I like how he tells his pregnant wife that he doesn't love her because she won't walk the dog. I mean, this is wild stuff. And the other day during his divorce announcement, he was claiming that she's the one that wanted the divorce. Like, it was all her idea. He wanted to stay together.
And no, this was not my choice. My then wife decided that she didn't want to be married anymore. And in the state of Texas, that is completely permitted. But in today's legal system, my beliefs don't matter. In Texas, divorce is permitted when one party wants it, period.
But then in the Substack article, somebody close to his wife said that she filed for divorce only when she learned that Steven hired a divorce attorney. So it sounded like he probably wanted the divorce as well. I mean, by the sound of it, I would imagine he did. He does not sound very happy with her, even though I think he's just got some like serious ego problem going on here that's completely out of control.
Hillary, you're right, right in that. Become someone, listen to me, day in and day out, worthy of a wife, no, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage anymore. I'm going to go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not trying to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to it. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves.
I need to.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I,
Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just.
Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? No, you take Betty.
And then also his wife's family claims that she was the one trying to work on the marriage to keep it intact for the children. And then I guess after the children were born, Stephen bought a townhouse and left their house permanently. And then I guess he asked his assistant to cut her off financially. And also in the article it said that he was really paranoid about her using him for his money. And the person that published this article claims he has a lot of evidence to back this up. So right now it's not looking good. I don't know if Stephen's going to respond to this. I feel like he might just be like, you know, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go get help for a while. Hopefully I can get things under control. I think that would probably be the best move for him, unless he has some serious evidence to prove his innocence. But if not, if he keeps trying to go after everybody and fight with everybody, it's probably not going to go very well. I mean, if all the Daily Wire people are going to be against him and start talking about this, it's going to get really ugly. So I feel like he might just take the loss and be like, all right, I screwed up really badly here. I clearly have a problem. I need to figure it out. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. And then make sure you go check out my Patreon. I have a bunch of extra content up on there. I've been posting longer videos. I just posted 2 30-minute videos that I thought were pretty good. So if you want some extra content, check that out. And then make sure you hit the like button here, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.